Okay, let me break this down. So Google's Pixel 11 Pro might have this new light feature called HiLight instead of Pixel Glow, which honestly feels like a missed opportunity for some glowing puns. But wait, why does the name matter? Let me overthink this. HiLight is literally a play on highlight, right? Which makes sense because it's supposed to highlight important stuff like calls from your favorite contacts or Gemini interactions. But here's the thing, naming a feature HiLight feels almost too on the nose. Like, did Google just give up trying to sound techie and just went full elementary school art project? Hey look, it's a light. And it's saying hi. Personally, I think they should have leaned into the glow thing, more mysterious, less I just remembered my flashlight app is on. Now, the actual tech here, this light on the back of the phone does a rotating color effect, almost like the old Mac Pinwheel. Wait, the Mac Pinwheel? That spinning beach ball of death that made you panic in 2005? Google's using that as inspiration for a notification feature? That's either brilliant nostalgia or a cruel joke. From my perspective, it's probably a design choice to make the light feel dynamic without being distracting. But let's be real, when your phone's back is doing the Macarena, you're gonna notice. The question is whether it's cool or just annoying. What many people don't realize is that hardware features like this walk a tightrope between useful and gimmick. If it's just for Gemini chats and favorite contacts, how often are you actually gonna care? Unless Google opens it to third-party apps, this could end up as the next active edge, remember that? Exactly. And here's the deeper issue, this feature feels like a throwback to when phones had notification lights. Remember those tiny LEDs that blinked red for emails? We moved past that because screens took over. Now we're circling back with RGB lights that do more. What this really suggests is that Google's trying to make hands-free interactions with AI feel tactile. Like, Gemini's talking to you, and hey, here's a pretty light show. But does anyone actually want their phone to become a Tamagotchi? A detail I find fascinating is how this ties into the broader trend of tech companies making AI feel alive. Apple's Dynamic Island, Samsung's Edge panels, now this. It's all about creating sensory feedback for digital actions. But will it stick? If you take a step back, maybe the real story here is Google betting that a tiny light can make AI feel less abstract. Or maybe they just wanted to sell the Pixel 11 Pro as the one with the cool light. Final thought, I'm torn. On paper, a customizable light that reacts to your life sounds fun. But in practice, how often will you glance at the back of your phone instead of checking the screen? This raises a bigger question about how we interact with tech. Should our devices be subtle or flashy? I'm curious, would you actually use this, or would it just feel like another distraction? Let me know in the comments. And if you're into these kinds of deep dives on tech rumors, hit subscribe. Because honestly, half of this could get scrapped by launch week. But where's the fun in that?